The other man smiled as he removed the victim's expensive gold Rolex watch and gold cufflinks attached to his white shirt that had been hastily removed. He broadly grinned as he pulled off the diamond pinky ring that was attached to the victim's right hand. The deceased victim must have suffocated, as the body was still warm, but without a heartbeat. He had defecated all over himself, as the distinctive odor of urine and feces had suddenly overtaken the area where the body was being stripped and prepared. Next to the naked victim was an empty, large steel barrel, approximately 5 feet tall and 60 inches in diameter, sitting on a wooden pallet. It was located in the back of the chemical plant, placed inconspicuously near the back corner of the building. One of the men removed the cloth rags in the victim's mouth, and the 3 men lifted the naked dead victim, placing it headfirst into the empty steel drum. While putting on plastic gloves, they began filling up the 55-gallon steel drum with a dark chemical solution that had been stored in several black 5-gallon buckets. The steaming hot hydrofluoric acid immediately made a loud hissing sound as it began to dissolve the victim's body quickly. After several more 5-gallon buckets of acid were deposited into the steel drum, a large blue steel lid was positioned over the container, immediately locking in place. The 3 men could hear the continuing hissing sound of the hydrofluoric acid dissolving the victim's body inside as the blue steel drum was sealed in place. The victim's clothing was thrown into the plant incinerator and was immediately burned into ashes. The 3 men then shut off the lights of the plant warehouse as they all got back inside of the utility van. Within several minutes, the black van exited the dock of the chemical plant and then quickly merged onto the dark, unlit street of 25th Avenue. Ignoring the corner stop sign, the black utility van made a quick right-hand turn and sped off, traveling westbound onto Lake Street. The following afternoon, a plant forklift driver picked up the steel container with the hydrofluoric acid still sealed inside, along with its dissolved contents. It was then loaded onto the back of a tractor-trailer containing other hazardous wastes and other toxic materials and transported to a hazardous waste dumping site in Bridgeview, Illinois. The crimson-red toxic liquid with its dissolved human remains was poured out of the steel drum and disposed of at the sewage plant, processed with the other hazardous liquids. The steel container was then crushed and destroyed. The victim, who was abducted 24 hours earlier, had now been chemically dissolved, completely disappearing without a trace. A formal contract had now been fulfilled.